When I was little, I thought when trees blew in the wind, they were speaking to each other. I'd spend hours listening to the way the branches blew against each other, trying to make out something. I love it when the drops of water come racing down a window during a rain shower. You never know which drop reaches the bottom first. There's a type of bliss that smells like fresh strawberries. My mother used to make pies with strawberries. Mercy, mercy, mercy for the color Fulvous and its evocative complexion. My town is a dried up, dusty husk of a place. The walls of our town are the color of dried blood. The courthouse in the middle standing vigilant, surveying all that surrounds it. This town is a facade of a place of glamour and excellence, a crown jewel of bootlegging back in the 20s. After the era of bootlegging ended, so did the glamour of the town. What still remains after all those years ago is where I live, in the ruins of what was once a place of elegance. The sensation of love tastes like a peach, a big, juicy peach. It tastes so sweet, so captivating and delightful the first few bites. The taste lingers on the tongue, the juices overflowing out of the fruit and eventually running down your chin. I've never had a peach in my life that was sweet all the way to the core. There's this one guy that goes to my school. I remember he used to come to school in clean slacks, shirts with buttons running down them, dress shoes so polished you could look at yourself if you tried hard enough. He shouts, he beats on people, he walks into the night and terrorizes anyone he comes across. He used to be a nice person, really, he did, but this place changed him. You have to be wary of many gangs that call this town home. They're vicious, they're hateful, violent, and merciless. They're in school too, or at least they were before I left. I always saw them walking down the halls acting like they owned everything, acting like life in high school was the only life they were ever going to have. They have a shock coming to them when they graduate, or drop out, whatever comes first. My brother used to wake up screaming in the night sometimes. He reached out for things that weren't there and yelled out to people who never existed. My mother always sung that Bob Dylan song, Blowin' in the Wind, to calm him down. It always worked. A few years ago, before I was born, there was a queer couple that lived in a house off of the main road. They were high school sweethearts who used to go to my school back in their day. One gang, the White Soldiers, made up of an everlasting cycle of teenagers from my old school that refill and refill themselves throughout the years, took it upon themselves to purge our town of their presence. I don't know what they did with them, nobody does. All anyone knows is that they never found their bodies. The town was too afraid to tear down their house and treated it like some sort of twisted burial ground. It's still there, the paint chipping off the wood and dead weeds growing on the side. Kids from my town get lost in the needle all the time. It happens gradually at first, but it starts to encompass you. You have a thirst for it. You need it more than anything. It becomes something you can't live without. You begin to question if you're piercing yourself with the needle or if it's piercing you. They go to parties where they pass the needle around in a circle, injecting it in their arms. One time I went to one of these parties, and I did it along with everyone else. It felt bubbly, with short gaps of reality intruding in between. Everything seemed to be tilting to the side. The world was tilting to the side. I felt like I was being wrapped up in a big blanket, the feeling of being smothered in a giant wave of warmth. I was being suffocated in the warmth, my face being shoved in the blanket, and it wouldn't let me go up for air. There has to be life beyond this town. I've led my entire life within these confines. Sometimes I can't be sure that there's life that exists outside of this town, the universe ending at its edge. I'm pretty sure I'll leave one day, or maybe not. I don't know. I have every reason to leave. I really do, but I choose to stay. I love her. She loves me. I guess that's it, isn't it? That's all you really need. It's all I need. I can feel the sensations of the peach now more than ever before. It tastes better than any cigarette or strawberry ever made. It feels like a once forgotten dream, now fully remembered in its radiant form.
বন্ধুরে তোর কাছে মোর বাবার